We've got to talk about Eze. Proper impressive shift from him against Wigan with two absolute beauties for assists.
Right.
It was a pleasing sight how he was demanding the ball, dictating the tempo, running the show from the off. The big question though,
Is this the spark that ignites his Premier League form, or are we just getting carried away because it was only Wigan?
Listen, you got to hand it to the boy. Eze was top drawer against Wigan, regardless of who was standing in front of us. But here's the tactical nugs and bolts of it. Yeah, we switched to a back three when we attack, allowing Lewis Skelly to double pivot with Norgard to curb any transition threat just in case. And that changed the entire complexion of the pitch. He had proper technical players threading those half spaces in both channels right in front of him. And that back three, we could rock a double pivot, Norgard and Lewis Skelly.
what does that do?
It gave him the freedom to move freely without having to do more of off the ball grafting, and he's not pressing from the front because we've already engineered an overload up top, dropping Bukayo Saka in as the extra man in the final third. Meanwhile, that pivot is sitting pretty, shielding the defense in case of a quick transition. On a normal day, playing that U-shaped progression we usually adopt, Jurriën Timber would occupy in that interior position, and he won't make that kind of run Nani made to open up that passing lane.
So you're saying this back three system might just be the skeleton key to finally unlock Eze. Just giving him that license to roam free.
Too early to judge because we played Wigan. It could be different in the EPL, but a structure that allows Eze to have freedom got to be looked at proper. He's been carrying too much water lately. Let's make the task easy for him, plain and simple.
So following your logic, we've got to stick with a double pivot if we are going for back three. If that's the case, which duo are you dropping
Into that engine room to give the back line total security and also offer support in the attack, because we have to balance things up.
Look, dropping a back three in the Premier League is a chaotic business. It's high risk, high reward. You get exposed in transition, way more than a solid flat four. The risk can only be mitigated into two ways. Either you are playing with wing backs to support the midfield and the back line from transition, or you deploy a double pivot. In Arsenal's case, we don't play with wing backs. Our right back and left back are complete fullbacks. That's why you see Arteta deploying a double pivot to mitigate the risks. We saw Mikel tinkered with the formation in his first season, but he did it because Bellerin and Saka were playing as wing backs. With injuries mounting in that back line, Calafiori and White struggling at the moment, I think switching to back three in some games it might be helpful because it reduces the workload on Timber and Hincapie and allows them to rest in some games. While Gabriel, so trying out the back three in some EPL games might be worth a proper punt. And that means we're rolling out a double pivot. It's got to be Norgard and Declan Rice. So that means Zubi will have to make a way, because a double pivot of Declan and Zubi might be too much of a risk defensively, even though they might add more to the attacking third. So in the EPL, you have to consider the defensive shield for the backline firstly, because of the blistering pace of the opposition attacks. We have many bodies in the final third to take care for that end. Norgard has proven he's still got the belly to play at the highest level every time the gaffer calls his number.
Spot on, mate. That is a brilliant tactical breakdown. But here's the rub. Do you genuinely reckon Arteta views Norgard in that same light?
Has he got the bottle to start him ahead of a marquee name like Zubamendi, even if he's considering switching to back three in some games?
We got to look beyond Norgard's defensive skill set. We all saw